We have an exciting session for the Pitango Growth Academy. Before I start with the session itself, let me have a short introduction of Pitango. I'm sure many of you know us, but not everyone comes to all the sessions, so we'll take the opportunity to take a few minutes just to introduce us and the people here in the room from our team. So we're Pitango. We've been since the inception of venture here in Israel. 8 funds, over $2 billion invested in the Israeli high-tech, 200 plus companies. We're fortunate to have, together with the entrepreneurs, 81 exits, 56 M&As, and 25 IPOs. Most of them are on NASDAQ. And we have built our entire success actually working with people like yourselves from the beginning all the way to the scale up to create category leaders. And if you look, for example, on the last wave of IPOs started in 2013 with Wix, and then going to 2014-15, we had 3 IPOs out of the 7. Actually, this is not a venture backed, so out of the 7 venture backed, and the last one, Forescout, a cyber company, 2017. So we are with the full obsession that we have with working with you just to scale and to create large category leaders. And in our current portfolio, we have some unicorns and rising stars. I think companies like Via, Taboola, AppsFlyer, Riskified, Formlabs, GraphCore, Zerto, you know many of the names. But I think the most exciting thing is that today we have 6 companies within our portfolio that are at $100 million run rate, growing maybe 50% up percentage per year. And this is really our goal, just to create substantial, large revenue companies. And that's why we also created these sessions just to share experiences and to be able just to learn together. Just introducing ourselves, so $185 million venture, 7 seed and early stage fund. You can see some of the companies we invested, like Optibus, CyberMDX, Iguaz.io, DID. We have 4 new ones, seed and early stage, that we are about to announce. So we are investing in a high pace in the early stage and seed. This is the early stage team. Rami is not here. Eyal is here. Raise your hand, Eyal. Ayal Itzkovich also. Yair Kasuto. Gad Huldai is here. Yeah. And Sapir Ben Arush. Okay, so here's our team. You're welcome to talk to them and ask questions. And then we have our Pitango Growth Fund, 200 plus million. We have invested in companies like Vio, Zerto, Signals, GraphCore, Riskified, AppsFlyer, Foursquare, which is a US-based. We're investing checks of $15, $25 million. We're very excited about this stage of the scale-up as well as the venture. And the team here is Chemi. Chemi is here. Myself, Isaac Hillel, Aaron Mankowski, there in the back. He's a tall guy, so he sits in the back. And Idit Mualem, where are you? She's here. Okay, so that's our team. And so we're at the Growth Academy. This is an initiative we started a few months back with one aim. We want to scale out and scale up, meaning help create global companies from day one, which is the scale out, and scale up is high growth rate. And in that perspective, we want to discuss the topics that engage us on a daily basis when we work with you, which is topics that relate to how to manage growth. We've done sessions on product marketing, on scaling the culture, on marketing, and today we're in one of the most exciting topics that intrigue us, which is inside sales. And I think inside sales is a technique that intrigues us. It's something that has developed in the last decade. And it's actually, when you think about it, it's a blessing to Israeli companies because You can create sales of 20 deals, 20,000 ASP in dollars, 50,000, all the way to 100,000 without catching a plane and going abroad to see a customer face to face. And we're seeing these companies on a daily basis, all based here in Israel, and creating a tremendous start, and also maybe all the way. And that's going to be questions we're going to address today. How long can you do it from here? When do you need to start creating a team abroad? And I'm sure our speakers are going to talk to that important subjects. It's a lower cost, it's effective, it's a great customer experience. If you talk to customers and to the sales leaders, you see that they like it. In the era of availability of data, of scarcity of time, both the buyers would like a process that doesn't waste their time, bringing them. If you hit the right personas, it hits you. You get with them all the way to demo, all the way to a win rate. So it's satisfactory on both sides. There is a very clear link between lead generation, sales, customer success. They are all hooked together. And suddenly sales leaders become data scientists. All they deal is, is on the data and analyzing the data. You don't need to wait until you see if the salesperson hit the quota. You don't need to wait and see if he performed well. You have everything instantly, and I'm sure you'll get a huge, fantastic glimpse of it during today's session. So the sales analytics actually put you as a CEO or as a sales leader at the driver's seat, and it gives you control with instant improvements. Monitoring how many calls a day, how many calls to the important and the right people, how many opportunities along the days to get to maybe the benchmark that you'll hear, which is about 10 to 15 a month, how many demos, everything is measurable and everything is within control to react instantly. And that's all about our sessions this morning, to learn from actually two fantastic speakers of companies that have made it in the Israeli scene. And also, before I introduce them, I just want to introduce something new. We have created for you what we call the Pitango Toolbox. It's something we'll try to do for each session. So we're trying to gather from our experience, from what we see, some of the main matrices of what is some of the data that you should look for as benchmarks. So you'll get it just as the end of the session. We printed it also, so everyone has like a little napkin with some of the essentials about deal sizes, quotas, some salary compensation, sales cycles on the SDR, what's the ratio, SDR, AEs, inbound, outbound, some of the basic, we call it Inside Sales 101, and I'm sure that you'll see from the speakers here why this is maybe 101, so you'll see how sophisticated also they get. But we thought it's a great little tool for you to have some benchmarks. So here we go to the secret sauce of inside sales. And before I introduce the speaker, I just want to say 2 words of thanks to Omri Cohen, the head of the campus. I don't know if she's here. And Dikla Matias, the head of the events of Google Campus. And Marta Moses, the head of marketing. Is she here? She was. We wanted her to say a word. But anyhow, we thank them for hosting us. They've built this fantastic facility with the idea to help people like ourselves, to invite you in order to have these sessions. So that's my opening, and now let's dive, because that's the essence of the morning. So our first speaker is Omri Cohen. Omri is the co-founder of Yotpo and COO. He's a first-time entrepreneur, but you'll see how much he knows and what a fantastic manager he is. He's an engineer by heart and soul, and he founded Yotpo of the last year of electrical engineering computer science program that he did in Tel Aviv University, and he's been working there since 7 years. He'll tell you about Yotpo, but Actually, when he started it together with his partner, they were only the two of them, and today there are about 300 plus people, and have raised more than $100 million and a great company. So Omri is one of the ones that master on a daily basis the inside sales, and we're happy to have you with us. Yeah.